Bullish Tron and altcoins make history mainstreaming. Now, before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. If you're returning, thank you again for being here. If I could make you feel like you got great value out of this, like you were better off in the cryptocurrency world, not wishing, but actually being thankful that you didn't have to wish to see this video. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding because I believe I deliver value. So what am I trying to get at here? If I could leave you better after this video and have you say to yourself, boy, I'm glad I didn't miss that one, I got value out of it, would you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell? Do it because sometimes I find myself watching videos, I like them, but I forget to like them because I get immersed in the video, I do find value, and then I don't support the content creator because I forget to like it and hit the bell and hit the subscribe notifications. Please do it if you're new. I do appreciate it. And also, occasionally, we do great giveaways and we let people know who the winner is inside the video. So if you don't get notified about the video, you're going to miss our content. And also, you're not going to know if you did end up winning because we talk about it in the videos. So, Ethereum market cap, and by the way, this does apply to all altcoins. It applies to TRX, Tron, and BitTorrent. Ethereum market cap hits 337 billion, surpassing Nestle, P&G, and Roche. You see what they're doing? They're comparing, they're starting to more and more make mainstream comparisons to make the cryptocurrencies appear as if they already are the mainstream. And this creates a lot of price momentum, which is what I've been trying to get across. You are going to be in a situation where not many people in history have been alive at a time where there's this type of innovation happening and it's this easy to invest in something that, in simple terms, becomes huge. So they're making this comparison. The media is doing this over and over again. They're laying the floor plan. They're introducing the narrative that all cryptocurrency is going to be mainstream. It's going to be as simple as buying milk at the store. And the more they push this and the more there's signs of this, the more this is going to make the Tron and BTT price action explosive. Look, so many people don't even realize, BitTorrent, Netflix uses their protocols. Amazon leverages BTT, but it's very different, it's very difficult to make an industry change its behavior. So even when you have great innovation at play, even when you have a product or service that is extremely powerful, everything is habitual, even with consumers, even with corporations. So when you have something that is industry changing, that can be life changing for people, that can be a strong utility, it does take time. And I was in some forums over the weekend. Today I'm recording this on a Monday, the 3rd of May, 2021. And there's so many people out there that just will message me in a forum and will say things like, well, I understand utility, but what are the insiders in BTT doing to leverage this utility, like Netflix, for instance, using their protocols? In other words, I guess what they're trying to say is, how are they advertising? How are they using this fact as a form of advertising to drive some sort of traffic? And the truth of the matter is, it's not that they're not using it. It's not that they're like, shh, keep it a secret. Don't tell anybody. It's not time yet. It's that it's very hard to break habits. It's difficult to change an industry, and difficult doesn't mean it can't be done. And stick with me in the video here because I'm going to make important points that you're going to love. I promise you. I have to build up to it. So it just means that things that have value take time. And when you're looking to change an industry, and I know I'm being repetitive, but it's worth driving home the point, it's not something that happens overnight, no matter how powerful what you have is, because you're dealing with people. Human beings are part of the economy, and as humans, we are used to our habitual behaviors. So it takes time to chip away at those habitual behaviors, and those habitual behaviors, yes, worth repeating, are etched in our perception and our repetitive patterns. So the reason the media is drilling home this point, sometimes intentionally and sometimes inadvertently, it is part of the big machine that changes the behavioral patterns of us humans. Now, Ether prices rallied more than 200% in 2021. That is sick, resulting in a massive 337 billion market capitalization. That's also wild. This impressive figure pushed the value of Ethereum network ahead of the total market cap of major companies like Procter & Gamble's 326 billion and PayPal's 308 million. See? Mainstreaming it hard. They're pushing that narrative hard, and that's good for you, it's good for me, it's good for Tron, it's good for BitTorrent, it's good for the good altcoins. The market cap figure is achieved by multiplying the last trade price by the total outstanding number of coins, regardless of whether they've been moved. Therefore, it seldomly reflects the average price where most investors transacted. From investors from traditional finance, value is assessed by comparing multiples and valuations. These are often calculated in the form of earnings, sales, and market share, and attempting to apply these same value matrix to cryptocurrencies with multiple use cases creates uncertainty and discomfort. Ether is a multifaceted asset that is difficult to evaluate. There is not a bulletproof metric available to assess how Ether's value stacks against its potential. That statement in itself is very, very common to what happened with the early internet stocks, right? Like Amazon, for example, is very hard to put a value on its crazy psycho price action because there was really nothing to compare it to. It looked good. It looked like, maybe perhaps people were going to shop from home. And then all of a sudden, well, the metric was actually it was lower, right, than it could have been. It could have actually been way higher, way sooner, because they were bang on with the explosiveness of the technology. And in this case, just, getting people to change their habits there. It's a perfect example of this. That's why I said stay with me in the video. It's a perfect example of this. People didn't want to shop in the beginning. They found it weird. How am I going to shop on the internet? How am I going to do that without seeing, touching, feeling what I'm buying? How's it going to work? Well, it's the same thing here. They're just saying it in a different way. They're not, being as precise about it in terms of just expanding on what they've written. It's an article, but that's what this can be compared to. There is not a bulletproof metric available to assess how Ether's value stacks against its potential. A lot of the stocks that exploded, that were out there in the early 90s at crazy values, and then the crash happened, right? Similar to 2007, late 2017, 2018 rather, where prices were going nuts and then they crashed. It's the same thing. History repeats. History is repeating itself. You are lucky. I am lucky. The cryptocurrency might simultaneously act as a digital store of value while also functioning as the token required to access the Ethereum network. Okay, fine. So, therefore, one must consider the coins deposited on exchanges or the percentage effectively changing hands when comparing different asset classes. Not going to go through the whole audio. Not going to go through the whole thing. Here's my source, Cointelegraph, so you can go check it out. And very good article here. Going to go on to what's been in the news. Dogecoin. Again, more mainstreaming. Why? Now it's pop culturing, right? So previous video, we're talking about big companies here and just making it, like I said, mainstream, right? Nestle PG, you get the idea, okay? Now we're talking about some pop culture. So, Doge, market maker, meme currency, pumps as SNL skit, looms. More mainstreaming. Doge is set to make its pop culture debut as a week-long pump carries the meme currency up 12% on the daily to 33 and staggering 43.8% higher on a 7-day basis. Some are speculating the rally could be fueled, perhaps in part by a social media tease from billionaire Elon Musk that he'll be participating in a Saturday Night Live sketch titled The Doge Father. I always have trouble with Doge. I don't know why. Anyway, perfect example of mainstreaming. There's a lot of people that have accepted the mainstreaming of Doge because Dogecoin. And because they've accepted the mainstreaming of it, there's like a big stampede. It's not so much a pump in a sense that it's just a stampede of they've accepted the mainstreaming. It's a given to them that this is going to be. They believe a main big deal as a coin, and that's why it's zooming and zipping and exploding. And the same thing will happen as well. Have a notification there, sorry about that. Will happen with Tron and BTT. It's imminent, it's coming. You're in the right place at the right time. So the source here is Cointelegraph. And lastly, as I'm making this today, BTC price nears 60K showdown. 5 things to watch in BTT. Did I tell you where this was? Yeah, I did. I think Cointelegraph. Fine. Okay. Fresh gains come as the weekend preserves performance and Bitcoin's heads to 59,000 on Monday. Bitcoin BTC is challenging familiar but significant all-time highs. You'll probably see this on a Tuesday. This is the day before Monday when I'm recording this. Is challenging and familiar but significant all-time highs as a new week gets underway, rallying to 58,000 on Monday. I think it's going to be an interesting week. I think BTC is going to see a bump and then it's going to get slammed down a little bit more. Watch closely. The countdown is on for Tron, BTT. I think we're going to see an explosive move. And you know, it's about percentages. Remember, 5 cents is a big deal here. And I won't be surprised if at the end of my countdown you see a bump of 5 to 10 cents in Tron and a cent in BTT, which is huge. Half a cent to a cent. There's going to be movement. It's imminent in the coming days. Hope this finds you healthy, happy. Have some fun today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video as usual.